Oh God, time. You made me feel so.
Brother, homemade food, right there. Rice, pasta. Yeah, come, right there, on your left. You see? Go, please go. Homemade food. Across the street.
Like water in the rain. It's hard to keep my cool, knowing I'm your man. So let's spend some time.
Good, thank you. Yeah, very good.
Wasting it away.
How about you both? You haven't had anything? You're okay?
Love is like music. You went and changed the game. You're breaking all the rules. My star signs don't lie.
There's some food there. Homemade food.
Immigration
Please come.
is trying to prove I'm with you. Gonna miss you. Right to see you go.
Homemade food across the street, sister.
This time we just go slow.
We, in our society, somehow we don't open ourselves to vulnerability, to fear, when we judge others in this way. So it's a good place to kind of get over that fear, make ourselves vulnerable, and come here and then serve and seek to understand them. Because we need to understand these people, they are human beings like us. They have families, they may have children, they have mother and father, so they have gone through similar experiences or similar experience that we have gone through. Like we experience loss, grief, and they do too. So it's important that that we try to understand them so that they don't feel alone.
Thank you very much for me to come to your house, and I am now at the home of Arun Chatterjee, and this is the daughter Ria. And I came here because I was inspired by what they were doing, serving on the street, helping the homeless people, giving them some food and some clothes. Arun, you can tell us what happened to you. Like 7 years ago, you begin this Interfaith food and clothing ministry.
I used to work as an engineer before. I was not as involved before in the community, especially with the poverty work within with the marginalized people. Some changes in life in terms of some grief, some losses. Due to that, I started reading spirituality and philosophy, politics, religion, and around that time I had an experience of awakening. It was a deep sense of peace. So I was running everywhere, and but basically I for that peace, but it was within me. So that happened. After that, that experience kind of really went away. But that taste of that experience stayed with me in my heart. One day, I was at my home with my family, and one thought came to my mind that how come these people in Surrey, Whalley area, I have also visited in the past downtown east side, but in Surrey, Whalley area, how come these people are there and they may be hungry, because I have visited them, I saw them a lot of times in that area. And I have a fridge full of food, and I don't do anything, and I'm just sitting at my home, enjoying. So I spoke to my wife. These were very young, it's 7-8 years ago. They were very young at that time, like 7 years.
I was
8 years old. My son was maybe around 10, 11, and another daughter was 5. So I told my wife and Rilla that, why don't we cook something today and take it and then share. So she made an Indian dish, couple of dishes, and we took it on our car, and then we went to the same place in Whalley, near front room, and we served food. And I remember that experience of peace and joy was same as what I experienced before.
So it started off from you have some type of enlightened experience from reading.
Yeah, I had, yeah, you're right. I had an experience of awakening, which I later realized it was an awakening. But it was an
Yeah.
experience of deep peace within. You know, and I didn't have to go anywhere for that. It was all within myself. Yeah, you're right.
And a question for Ria. Do you remember your first experience when you were going to serving food to
Yeah.
these homeless people?
So actually, I think the first time what happened was I was in the car and I was kind of just like sitting inside because I was like a little bit scared back then, and then I kind of just saw my dad and everyone giving the food out to everyone, and I think like back then I wasn't really sure what was happening. It was kind of like they were outside and then they were hungry and then like we were giving food to them.
They became so comfortable gradually that they will roam around, they will serve, and then sometimes she would just sit under the table if it is too sunny. So she was very small like this.
Yeah.
So it became like, a place which is kind of comfortable, not that scary.
Yeah,
Gradually
now,
it became like
yeah,
that.
now I can like talk with them and then like converse and then like they tell me their stories and like how they got on the street, and then I can like have like a conversation and like relate to them like I would do with anyone else.
See, when we started about 7 years ago, Ian, there were not many people here, but I see it seems that somehow many people fell through the cracks in more people because there were not these many people before. More and more people are here, and it's really sad that collectively, I feel very sad that collectively as a society, we have let this thing happen. Like we take care of our family members, out of responsibility, out of love, somehow they didn't find. Brother, there is homemade food on your left, go already. It's homemade food, rice, pasta, soup, water.
So how does it impact your life? Like you growing up, seeing your dad helping the homeless people, how does it change your perspective toward life, toward education, and toward what job maybe?
Yeah, so for me, I think it definitely helped me gain like a better respect for everyone, like regardless of their economic or financial status. For the people outside on the street, it's not like it's less of pity. It's more of like compassion or like empathy towards them. So yeah, it's like with like all kind of things that happened in my life, it's given me more of an understanding about like how like everyone in the world, they're just kind of like finding their way and like trying to like support themselves and like just like
Have you invited your classmate to come join serving the food?
So one of my closest friends, she comes every time she came today, and I brought some of my friends from school, and then like they kind of like come and then like go. Yeah.
And how do they feel?
They feel like
Yeah.
for like one of my friends, she came. She's never kind of done this thing, and then her family is very well off, so she was like kind of amazed. And then because like how they kind of think of homeless people is like some like man on the side of the street like begging for money, like and then but they don't see a person behind that, and then like their like experiences and everything. So going there, she saw like how like when you actually give them food or like you like have a small conversation with them, like how thankful they actually are, and the thank you that they get from that person is like so much more like genuine compared to like any other thank you they've ever gotten. So yeah.
People who are going and serving, the change happens in them too, and it is kind of bringing us there, just the main thing, and then see how we interact each other, but also what happens within us. So we have a prayer circle at the end of our service, or each day of ministry. Okay, go ahead.
I beg thee to forgive me, O my Lord, for every mention but the mention of thee, and for every praise but the praise of thee, and for every delight but delight in thy nearness, and for every pleasure but the pleasure of communion with thee, and for every joy but the joy of thy love and thy good pleasure, and for all things pertaining unto me, which bear no relationship unto thee. O thou art the Lord of all lords, he who provideth the means and unlocketh the doors.
Thank you.
First thing I sang that prayer in public.
Were you surprised that you started off yourself and later on so many people joined you to serve food and provide clothing for the homeless people?
Oh yeah, I was surprised that I was surprised in a way that people started coming. I was also, I didn't know. I thought that everybody would come and do, but it was not that the case, because we are all in different phases in our life, a different level of awareness, different level of meaning, finding purpose, So, but when we started, and within couple of weeks, I let people know in my community, in our community, and few people started coming, and gradually, so gradually it developed, and then it developed as a view for everyone, so interfaith group, and so I was surprised in a way that how people hear about this thing, and then they show up, and somehow they are there for many years. Some are there for maybe a couple of years, some are there for a few 6 months, but I have heard from them that this experience sticks to them, and then they bring this care, this love. I have seen wherever they go, so I have heard about it. So that's why, but every time I see a new person, it just gives me joy.
And your group is very special because usually we see this type of people is specific kind of religion, maybe it's Christian, maybe it's Hindu or whatever the group, but your group is interfaith.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about how it's different.
I think like in this day and age, there's a lot of religion has kind of it's a very controversial topic, and then especially with certain religions, there's a lot of hatred towards some, and then there's just a lot of bad things happening right now. So we kind of want to tell people that it's okay. Having a faith is very important to some people, and that's very special to them, and you shouldn't disregard your religion for any sort of purpose or what's happening right now. And so that's why interfaith is important. Whether you have a faith, whether you don't have a faith, it's just kind of, we're looking out for just looking out for humanity.
It's tolerance of all groups,
Exactly.
all kinds.
Yeah, not even tolerance, but acceptance.
Acceptance.
Yeah. Acceptance. Yeah.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
And then I don't think it should be kind of acceptance or not. It's just we all are our own individual things, and we're just looking out for each other.
Yeah, interfaith work, exactly what she's saying, and we all experience that usually we live in silos. Either we live within our races or within certain nationalities that we come from other countries, or we live within language, silos of language, or we live within the boundaries of religion, right? And that's how we have difficulties. There are we experience unknowns, and we don't transcend those boundaries of each other. So that's why we don't understand each other as well, and in a country like Canada, which is new in terms of when this formation of Canada, even a lot of people who don't know that that the original people of this country were indigenous people. They don't know about their spirituality, their culture, right? So this group, Interfaith, is special because we all, because this group is open for everyone to come and experience this together. So so that we can understand and we can experience that, even though we come from different backgrounds, but still we feel kind of similar. We are all human beings, and that's humanity. It is common. It is universal. So that is one of the reasons this is open for everyone. May there be healing at all levels that goes beyond our understanding. May there be peace. May there be love. May there be togetherness, so we can understand each other and be there for ourselves, but also for each other. May the higher power that we believe in guide us with care, with wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, and for the benefit of the audience that are watching our interview and conversation, let's say they're really interested and they want to participate, how can they contact you and get involved with the program?
Oh, they can actually email me or they can call me. I can give you all those information. Maybe. Or
We can put it on the screen.
on the screen. Yes.
Your email is
Yeah.
on the screen.
Yeah. Sure. Email.
And do you prefer people contact you by phone, by email, or what's the best way?
Email will be better.
Best, but like we can also call.
Yeah, but if they want to talk, if they want to discuss something, they're most welcome to talk to me, to call me directly, or call us, and if they have any questions. Yeah.
For people that's coming, they want to help and serving, and what kind of food they should bring? Hot dog, hamburger, rice, or probably not junk food, right?
They can give whatever they want, like
Yeah.
whatever they, what food they like to eat. Just like bring it down to the table, and then they can give the food that they like to the people out there.
Yeah, I actually say that whatever you like to cook for your loved ones, for your children, for your parents, for your husband, for your wife, whatever you like to cook with that amount of love, you cook that food if you can. But you don't have to.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to share with your loved ones. So it could be burger, it could be
I actually
anything.
have your list here. Pasta, rice, noodle soup, chili, curry, dessert, cooked vegetable, etc. Fruits, granola bar, bottled water, juice boxes. And today I saw this Chinese to-go box.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because they can pack it and take it and maybe eat it in the evening or eat it next day. Could still be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in our group we have people almost from many countries, that volunteers. So they are from China, then there could be Buddhist, or there are countries in all different places, background. So we get all kinds of food.
Well, so that's the end of our conversation, and just maybe some final words to the audience you might have.
Oh, final words. I would say that follow your heart, and if you feel that there is if you have difficulty finding a place where you can come and serve and meet people from all walks of life, or many walks of life, then come to this place. We are all friendly people, loving and kind, and you will experience love and care there. And togetherness, that's for sure. So it will be your ministry too.
And Ria, you have some words for audience?
I think like in this time right now, there's a lot of in the news when you turn on, there's like a lot of bad things happening,
Mm.
and then you kind of like feel really sad after, and then so I think this for me is kind of like it's not all bad. Like you can like work towards making a better place, and then just kind of having it is like a nice feeling in your heart.
Yeah, myself, my friend told me about it. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I never do that before. Maybe I should try. So I went one time, couple times, and I actually baked some bread. And once I brought some rice, and I was serving. I just feel so happy.
Yeah.
So this is a very wonderful, very loving and compassionate project, and I hope we can continue as long as there are people that needed our help and our clothing and provide them. And I encourage all the audience come and participate. And once again, this is our email.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Ian. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.